Good morning, everyone. I'm going to bring up The View. It's so pathetic. And I hope The View gets this message. You're all a bunch of liars. You say stories and you talk about the tariffs and stuff, okay, that prices are going to go up. Okay, that might be temporary, but the tariffs are meant for the drug cartels and the borders to be able to make them safer. My question is to you, do any of you have daughters? Okay, you know what the cartels are doing to the daughters. And some of these girls are sex trafficking. How in the hell can you ignore that? And plus the drugs that could even be given to your children or anybody's child. Where is your sympathy for that? Where is your sympathy for all the money we're wasting on illegals and stuff when we have all immigrants that went through the right channels to become a citizen of the United States? It's not fair because we have senior citizens and everybody suffering through this garbage and crime. And so, like the gangs that killed some of our citizens. It's pathetic. Why don't you tell the whole story? I hope your ratings drop to the ceiling, and I hope people don't watch you because you're hypocritical, on your views. The other thing is, you're not a Democrat. You're not an independent. You're not a Republican. You're almost like a communist. So won't you, Whoopi, and the attorney that's on there and the rest of you go to another country if you want a government-run system? Because that's basically what you want, to control everything. We wanted safe borders. American people spoke. So listen, okay? The bottom line is, Doge and all this, you guys are upset about this. It's all this wasteful spending, okay? So, of course, we're going to spend some money to get these illegals out, which Biden left in from the beginning. Don't you think it's going to make it safer? My next question is to you, Whoopi, and the rest of you's on The View. How about opening your doors and let anybody sleep in your house, okay, not knowing who they are and what they could do to your daughters or your grandchildren, okay? Think about that a little bit. It's the same thing as the borders, okay? So the bottom line is, Whoopi, you should be ashamed of yourself, and the rest of you should be ashamed of yourself. I have a number of things that you do not bring up. You always say that the Republican, and I'm an independent. So I think with my own mind, and I look for the truth, okay? Saying about how the Republicans are going after, women's rights with the abortion shit. I got tired of hearing that stuff. And American people got tired of hearing it because you just don't vote on feeling, okay? And I got the understanding of they should have a right to their bodies. But then, there's got to be a guideline, or even a woman needs to think if she goes out there and she's had sex, have condoms or some contraceptives, okay? So I can understand where if somebody gets raped or they have an emergency issue that could jeopardize their life. That's understandable. Okay, we all got that. And it's to the states. You never mention that. You always say that they're coming after women's rights, okay? So, I want to ask you, in women's sports, transgenders are coming after women in sports. Yes, you don't mention all that either, okay? So, you got men going in women's sports that don't belong and has testosterone, and they're beating a lot of these women. Look at the boxers. Look at the Olympic boxers, for instance. You never bring that crap up, okay? But that's okay. It's okay. That's okay that all these women out here, they've watched The View. That's fine. And then you have Riley that got killed by gangs, okay? Don't you want your kids safe? Don't you want to make sure the money's being paid to take care of people in this country instead of overseas to Ukraine and the rest of them and illegals and stuff, where we could be spending it on emergency stuff like the Carolina hurricane and the fires in California, which that's pathetic over there. That they have water that they could have used and redirected, which Newsom didn't want to do. You don't mention that because of a little fish, okay? Lives were more important. Not that I'm saying that it would save everybody's lives, but it would have saved some. So think about that. And in California, I can't understand how you can, in Hollywood in itself, could even think that it's okay for illegals to come into the country to threaten our democracy. All of us have immigrant families that came here illegal. It's not right to them. It's not safe. And like the cartels, that's terrorists. They should be. Okay, they kill freaking millions and millions of kids a year. And I hope to God that they go after them with military action if they don't want to stop the crap. I mean, it's just simple. I care about the United States people and their families and safety. Maybe you don't, okay? So you need to get your mind straight. You need to get over it, for one. The American people spoke on Election Day. They want safe borders. They want inflation to come down. And you're saying about tariffs. That's just a temporary thing. That is, and you think Canada is not going to agree with us and that tariff, that I think it's 25%. They need us more than we need them. But you don't say that. Yeah, you kind of twist the story. In Mexico, we can't trust them either, even though we lifted the tariffs for 30 days, because they're controlled. You know this, but you don't want to admit it. The government's controlled by the cartels. The money they get from the cartels. So eventually, we're going to have to go in there and do business. We have a president in there. It's done more for this country in 2-3 weeks than Biden did in freaking 4 years by letting everybody in. Now we got to clean up his mess. Yeah, his mess. But you won't admit that. You'll find any kind of reason to twist the stories to make like Donald Trump's an enemy. Okay? The ever simple thing is, here's common sense. I don't know if you watched it, by the way, when he went to Carolina for the people to see what catastrophe happened with the hurricane and California fire. Did you notice the podium where the president stands? Okay, he let the people tell their story. How many times have you seen Biden do that or any other president do that? And I'm an independent. That is a very thoughtful thing, and that makes that he cares about the people. And there's guys bringing up about the insurance companies, which that pisses me off too. The insurance company want to get their freaking money, but by the time when they dish it out, the people, they don't want to dish it out, or they take their good old time. And he also said, the one man said about how much stuff that he had to go through to try to even get money out of the insurance companies. That's pathetic. You executives out there need to straighten your act out. We have all this insurance going up and everything. And you wonder why, not that it made it right, that a denied claim, I think it was New York, or it was a big city, where the guy got shot because he was exactly making $10 million a year. And he got shot there was a denied of a claim. It don't make it right. He shouldn't have murdered him. But I tell you what, they need to get their act straight. The government needs to step in. Trump needs to step in and stop this bullshit, this corruption that's going on. And you just don't believe there's corruption in the government spending? You're so full of shit, you, and you know it. And if you look deep down, especially that attorney, she needs to get with it. She thinks she knows law. She's twisted. She's brainwashed. I don't know who brainwashed her. I don't know what the producers tell them to say, but we don't want to hear it anymore. I hope your ratings drop down to nothing, and I hope you not get a dime, 1 cent. I hope you freaking, end up looking for jobs like regular people do. You guys get paid, Hollywood, all of you get paid millions. From who? The people to watch you. But you have an obligation to tell the truth, not part of the story, the truth. Okay? So Hollywood the same way. All the entertainers, right? We don't have to watch yous, but we watch yous for entertainment. Stay out of the political thing. Stay out of political. Taylor Swift, she is a Democrat and publicized the whole 9 yards. She's just as bad. Hollywood there's no way I would live in California. Because, not that I'm saying all Californians are bad, because there's always certain parts of California has common sense. But most of them believe not a freedom of the Constitution. And they don't understand by researching what the Constitution stands for. And Newsom we keep on going. We're going to socialist more and more and more and more and more, and soon be communist country. If Trump didn't get in, whether you want to know that or not, if you kind of look at your common sense, you want to give free stuff to everybody, but then the poor taxpayers got to freaking pay for it. Why? Why do we have to pay for everybody else's in other countries? It's wrong. So you're trying to control us. Okay? That's what you want to do. So until you ever get your ideas changed, okay, and your theories changed, you may not ever have a Democratic president back in, because you guys are still all on the boat of trying to condemn Trump, and instead of worrying about what the American people want, and your agenda should change. People don't want freaking men in women's bathrooms. How would you like your daughter being in there, and a man is saying he's a drag queen comes in there and hangs what in the urine? Well, they don't have urinals, okay, in the woman's bathroom, but in the bathroom, okay? It's invading privacy, okay? So I'm going to drop it at that. Whoopi and the rest of it, you really need to freaking have a die-hard thought process in what you're doing. Love American people, everybody. I care about, and we want everybody safe. And I know all American people want to be safe. What I had to say, is the truth. So, all Christians out there, I'm a Christian myself, and I believe in God, and I believe in the Bible, and it does stay in there to respect your leaders and pray for them. Okay? So, if you really think I'm lying, look it up. All right? Love you all. Bye.